Alrighty, guys, what is going on? Corbin with Corbin's Cornhole Reviews, back for episode, I don't know, it's down in the description. But today we have the C3 kilt. It's not the kilt, it's the Sasquatch. Not even going to try to edit that out. The Sasquatch. Pretty cool bag. Very interesting to me, actually, because the speeds are just, they're kind of weird, but they're pretty decent. I do like them, I just don't love them. But we'll get into that. So they are ACL Pro stamped. They are incredibly hole friendly. They come in a wide variety of colors, and the materials are actually pretty nice. But I do have some cons that I will get into, and this is take two on this video. Recorded it once, was almost done, got interrupted, so it happens. Maybe I'll throw better with them on take two, because take one was pretty poor, actually. So first off, price. I believe they're $90 or $95 from their website. They do some releases. They do them, I don't know how often, honestly, but I was lucky enough to check in on them, and they were there. So they have a ton of colors, a lot of cool colors, but it is 90 or 95 plus tax plus shipping. So it ends up being like 115 bucks, something like that. If that's worth it to you, might be worth it. I think it's a touch steep, but that's just me. Break-in method. I did conditioner on these, so got them nice and wet with warm water, put a very small amount of conditioner onto them, rubbed it in, and then I actually went immediately with these. I didn't let them soak at all. I just rubbed it in a little bit, massaged them. I kind of go around the corners like this, kind of hit the seam, make sure the closing seam is really nice, and then I washed them out. I rinsed them out first with warm water, got all the residue off, and then I washed them with Dawn, hand washed them, scrubbed them, got them really bubbly, and then rinsed that out really well, and then I threw them in the dryer for an hour on low. So they came out really well. A little too floppy for me, but we'll get into that. Speeds. I don't know. To be honest, there's no published speeds on these. If I had to guess, I'd call them like a 4 to 5 and a 9. And I think that 4 is actually being a little generous. I think they're more of like a 5-9, somewhere in there. Because that slow side doesn't really get hung up on the hole. Sometimes it hits and stops, but most of the time it just kind of hits and slides in. The fast side's definitely quick. And that's my one really complaint with these bags. I have two complaints with them, but that's one of them is the speed difference. I don't think it's necessary to go with a 5 on one side and then a 9 on the other. Why not give me like a 5 and maybe a 7 to 8, somewhere in there? Something more playable, because it's so rare that you flip to that fast side, and if you miss, it's gone. So that's just me. Some people love a fast bag and they might never use the slow side. I don't know, but for me, that's just how I feel. The three Fs, fill, feel, and flop. The fill is nice. They used a very, it's kind of fine, but it's like an asymmetrical fill, and it's similar to what they use in the kilts. It might actually be the exact fill that they use in the kilts. And C3 does offer a heavy fill now. I don't know if that's just on the kilts, but I have seen people getting kilts with heavy fill, so that might change how they play. But as it sits, the fill is really nice, but it contributes to the floppiness, and they're just a little too floppy for me. They feel really nice, and the quality of them is really nice. This slow side is a totally different material, and I want to show you guys if you can see it. It looks worn already, but that's kind of how it came, and that's just the material that they use. But it's not a micro suede, it's not a suede. It's something different that I haven't seen a lot, but it's unique, and I like that. I do actually really like the slow side. It's pretty hole friendly for how slow it can be. The fast side just a little quick, and then flop. The flop is just it's too much. When you get a slow bag, to me, when you have a side that slow, I don't want it to be that floppy. I want it to be just a little more firm and a little more full. And it's just not. And I'm not talking like I want it to be a Reynolds. And I'm not looking for that. But, think of Widow, think of Mantis, stuff like that. I'm looking for just a little more full with a little more firmness to it. It's just the crazy floppy is just hard for me to get a good purchase on it. This is Viper floppy to me, and it's just a little too much. But if you guys like that, you might love it. Honestly, I'm not trying to knock the bag because they actually are really good bags. I just don't love a crazy floppy bag. So let's get into playability. They're going to be block and push, scoot around the back of bags and fall in the back. You're not going to be doing flops and rolls and all that crap with them, but they might be able to slither through some bags. I don't really know. That slow side might want to grab them because that slow side does like to grab bags on pushes, so that's cool. And then the last thing I forgot to mention, has this arrow. You can kind of see it right there. I assume that's for calling, first shot. Spin it, and well, it's that guy. So you see how friendly they are? They all just went right in. If that's any indication of how well I'm going to throw, that would be fantastic. So let's try them out. Let's give them a couple tosses. The wind is blowing directly into the camera, so you might see a bag go high and then drop immediately. That would be the wind, but we'll see how it goes. We're going slow side, as per usual, to start. Get a couple tosses in. So that actually didn't fall in, and I'm rather surprised by that, but oh boy. But that's not hard to get in, even with the slow side. Stick with slow. So I threw it a little hard. The first bag I did a push and replace. Then next bag I was really trying to slide in with it. Just came at it a little hard. Ended up skipping over the hole. Stayed on the outside, but really not a bad bag. I mean, it stayed on the board. So there's definitely something to be said about that. The slow side is a nice speed. I really do like it. It's just the bag's kind of floppy, Guess you can give it too much. I also came at that one a little line drive-ish, so. Oh boy. Yeah. I haven't noticed a ton of kick from them. They can kick here and there, and that's just partially how I throw too. If I'm lofting them a little much and they're not landing super flat, they might kick here and there, but it's not a bad kick. And it's pretty controllable. So let's go to fast side here. I'm gonna have to loft these a lot more. Or just hit the hole. That was the wind. If you saw a thing flying through the air, wind totally knocked that one down. That's better. Climbs right up and falls right in. You don't have to give the fast side very much effort, honestly. Wind kind of knocked that one down as well, but gave me a nice bumper. If I can get through it, push through, boom. Fast side is nice. It's just with a bag of this speed, personally, it's too much for me. If you like a fast bag, if you like something like Viper or something like that, all slides, maybe, this might be a nice little toned down version of that for you. They are a little thinner. They're pretty floppy. You might kind of like these, to be honest. I do like them. I will say that. Definitely like them. Oh boy. But I don't know if they're going to find a place in my bag rotation. That's basically where I'm at with them. They're super hole friendly. They're cool. It's just with a bag that's this floppy, like I said, I have trouble getting a good purchase on it. And because of that, it throws off my consistency a little bit. I want a consistent grab every time. I want to be able to throw it pretty much the same every time. And I just looked down and realized my pants are dirty from work. I apologize for that. Got home from work, set out the boards, and started throwing because I have about a half hour to be able to throw today, so I figured I might as well. Let's go slow side again. See what I can do with it. Hopefully more than I did on the last one. I'm gonna go slick side here. Totally missed. Sticking with slick. Oh, missed again. Holy crap. Sticking with slick. Let's go. Oh, man. That's pretty poor effort. Honestly, I was just trying to go in with it. But if slick side would have hit it, it definitely would have fallen in behind it. This slick side is just incredibly hole friendly. And even the slow side, I've seen it kind of grab the hole and just sit there. And then with each consecutive hit, kind of does all right, brings it in a little bit. Get up. That was all Corbs. That was your front board for the video. Almost made it through one without a wind-induced front board, but couldn't quite do it. Those are both slow side. I'm going to try to maybe drag that one with an airmail. Gave it way too much. But I was going for it. That's what matters. So that, guys, is the C3 Sasquatch. They're good bags. I will say that. I'm not leaving a negative review on them in any way, shape, or form. They're good bags. I just don't think that they're going to find a place in my rotation, honestly. And if you're watching this and you want to buy them, I'm sorry, they're probably already gone. I record these videos weeks in advance sometimes, just depending on my work schedule, and I post them when I can. So they're probably already gone. I do apologize, but just the nature of the beast. You guys see these videos probably because I've shared them on the pages. So just watch those pages for bags for sale, and you might be able to get them. But they're cool. I do like them. I like the design on them. I like the variety of colors. I like some of the materials. I like the slow side actually quite a bit, but the fast side's just a little too fast. If they could bring that down a notch or two, I think it'd be much more playable bag, but a lot of people are actually really going to like it as it sits. So if you guys like this one, please give me that thumbs up, subscribe, share it with your buddies, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.